Cole Howard's return to Genoa City. A new crisis unfolds. The recent return of Cole Howard to The Young and the Restless has been a momentous occasion for fans, as he's been away on business for months. His mission took him to various Newman publishing offices around the world, under the watchful eye of Victor Newman. While his time away was marked by intrigue and professional endeavors, his return to Genoa City has been anything but smooth. Upon his arrival, Cole is greeted warmly by Victoria Newman and Claire Newman. However, the reunion quickly takes a dark turn as Cole's health becomes a significant concern. During a dinner with Victoria and Claire, Cole experiences a violent coughing fit that raises alarm bells for everyone present. Although he brushes it off as nothing more than a common cold, the situation seems far more serious than that. A shocking twist: is Cole facing a serious health crisis? Despite his insistence that it's just a cold, the possibility of Cole facing a much more severe health crisis looms large. His coughing fits and overall state of weakness suggest that something far more serious could be at play. Is Cole merely under the weather, or is this the onset of a major health issue? The fact that he has been absent from Genoa City for so long raises the question of whether this illness has been festering over time, only now becoming impossible to ignore. What makes this even more concerning is the possibility that Ian Ward, a character with a history of manipulation and malicious intentions, might be involved in this new crisis. Ian has previously had a hand in orchestrating chaos and harming those close to him, and it's not beyond the realm of possibility that he has played a role in Cole's sudden illness. Could Ian's actions have triggered this crisis, or is Cole simply suffering from a natural health setback? While it's too early to say for sure, there are several clues that suggest Cole may be facing a much more significant challenge than just a simple cold. The fact that his return has been marked by this troubling development makes fans wonder what's next for Cole, and whether his storyline is about to take a dramatic turn for the worse. The impact on Victoria and Claire. Victoria Newman, already dealing with her own complicated emotions and relationships, is deeply concerned about Cole's health. Given their history and the bond they share, her focus is entirely on him in his time of need. As a strong-willed and independent woman, Victoria is not one to sit idly by when someone she cares about is suffering. Her protective instincts are kicking in, and she will likely go to great lengths to ensure that Cole gets the help he needs. For Claire Newman, this situation is equally distressing. Claire has been through so much already, including the trauma of being held hostage by Ian Ward. Now, seeing Cole, a person she cares about, facing a potentially serious health crisis is likely to cause her to spiral with worry. Claire's strong connection to her family and the people around her means she will be emotionally invested in Cole's recovery, even as her own past traumas may resurface. This health scare could serve as a catalyst for deepening the relationships between these characters. As Victoria and Claire rally around Cole, they will have to face not only his illness but also their own fears and vulnerabilities. The emotional stakes are incredibly high, and how they handle this crisis will significantly impact their personal growth and relationships moving forward. What's next for Cole? With the alarming development of his illness, the next steps for Cole Howard are uncertain. Will he receive the necessary medical treatment to recover? Is his health crisis a symptom of something much darker and more complex? Fans of The Young and the Restless will be on the edge of their seats as the storyline unfolds. The possibility of Ian Ward's involvement in Cole's condition adds an element of suspense and intrigue. Ian's motives are never clear-cut, and his ability to manipulate situations for his own gain makes him a prime suspect in any situation involving harm or distress. If Ian is behind this crisis, it would not only complicate Cole's recovery but also add a layer of tension between the characters involved. Whatever happens, Cole's return to Genoa City is shaping up to be much more than just a reunion. His health crisis will likely affect several key characters, and the fallout from this situation will resonate throughout the upcoming episodes. Conclusion: a new crisis, a new beginning? The return of Cole Howard is a pivotal moment for The Young and the Restless, and it's clear that his storyline is far from over. His sudden health scare, paired with the looming possibility of Ian Ward's involvement, will undoubtedly propel the drama forward. Victoria, Claire, and the rest of the characters in Genoa City will be forced to confront their deepest fears and emotions as they navigate this new crisis. While the future of Cole's health remains uncertain, one thing is clear. His return will have lasting repercussions for both him and the people he cares about. Whether this turns out to be a temporary setback or a life-changing event, it's sure to be a storyline that keeps fans glued to their screens. Stay tuned for more twists and turns as The Young and the Restless continues to deliver drama, intrigue, and emotional depth. The unexpected return of Ian Ward to The Young and the Restless has taken viewers by surprise once again. Ian, who was shot at Newman Ranch months ago and presumed dead, reappeared in an ambulance, only to mysteriously vanish without a trace shortly after. This shocking twist has left the audience wondering, what is Ian up to now, and how will his return affect the lives of the characters in Genoa City, particularly Claire Newman? Ian's motive, revenge and anger. Ian's return is not a coincidence. His deep-seated resentment towards the Newman family, especially Claire, is what drives him back into the fold. Claire, whom Ian blames for the death of his loved one, Jordan, is at the center of his plot for revenge. Ian's perception of Jordan's death as being linked to Claire makes this personal, and now, it appears that Ian is plotting to make Claire pay for the pain he's suffered. The loss of Jordan has left Ian with a sense of grief and anger that has likely festered over time. The desire to avenge Jordan's death and bring pain to those he holds responsible is consuming him. His method of revenge? Harming someone Claire loves, perhaps even removing Cole from her life entirely, which would create an emotional blow for Claire and those around her. As the details of his plans start to unfold, the tension between Claire, Ian, and the Newman family will likely escalate. Claire has already dealt with so much. Losing Jordan, finding her real father late in life, and trying to find a balance in her family relationships. Now, Ian's vendetta could threaten everything she's worked so hard to rebuild. The painful impact on Claire and Nick. Claire's bond with her father, Cole Howard, has been one of the more touching aspects of The Young and the Restless in recent months. After a year and a half of getting to know him, Claire has come to value the relationship they share. To suddenly face the prospect of losing Cole would devastate her. The emotional toll of having the one parent who truly understood her disappear could break Claire's spirit, especially with everything she has already faced. For Nick Newman, the revelation that Ian has been resurrected and could be involved in Cole's fate is bound to stir up even more emotions. Nick has always been protective of his family, and the news of Ian's survival and possible revenge against Claire will send him into a frenzy. If Nick finds out about Ian's reappearance, he will undoubtedly take matters into his own hands, pushing the police to investigate Ian's activities and uncover his intentions. Nick's protective instincts, coupled with the tragic history of his family, make this situation particularly personal for him. Ian's presence threatens not only Claire's emotional stability but the entire Newman family dynamic. Nick will be forced to confront a ghost from the past who has returned with a vengeance, and this could drive Nick to take drastic actions to safeguard his family. The stakes have never been higher for the Newmans as they face off against an old enemy who is more dangerous than ever. The grief and loss Ian feels. A parallel to Claire's pain. As much as Ian's actions are motivated by anger and revenge, they are also shaped by grief. The loss of Jordan, someone Ian likely cared for deeply, has left a void in his life, one that he is trying to fill with revenge. This is a crucial element in understanding Ian's actions. His pain is very real, and his sense of loss mirrors what Claire has experienced in her own life. For Claire, having only recently begun to know her real father, losing him so soon would be a cruel blow. The fact that Ian is using that relationship as a pawn in his vendetta against the Newman family only heightens the emotional stakes. While Claire has a deep sense of gratitude and love for Cole, Ian's twisted sense of justice will cloud his judgment, leading him to destroy what Claire holds dear in the most painful way possible. What's particularly poignant is the emotional parallel between Ian and Claire. Both are grappling with loss, But while Claire is looking forward to building a life with Cole, Ian is consumed by his grief and anger. Their shared experience of loss will undoubtedly create an emotionally charged confrontation, one that could change the course of their lives forever. The investigation: will the Newmans find Ian before he strikes? Nick Newman, fueled by a protective instinct and a desire to safeguard his family, will likely take matters into his own hands. The fact that Ian is still alive and targeting his daughter will push Nick to act quickly, using all the resources at his disposal to track Ian down. Nick's determination to protect his family from harm will lead him to work closely with the police to investigate Ian's whereabouts and his plans. However, this pursuit won't be without obstacles. Ian is a master manipulator, and it's likely that he will stay one step ahead of the Newmans. His actions are calculated, and he knows how to stay hidden in the shadows, making it difficult for anyone to track him down. As the investigation heats up, it will create a tense cat-and-mouse game between Ian and Nick, with both sides desperate to outwit the other. Conclusion: the unraveling of a family's fate, Ian's return, and the looming threat he poses to Claire, Cole, and the entire Newman family will send shockwaves throughout Genoa City. Claire, who has already experienced so much loss, is now at risk of losing the one person who truly understood her. Nick, who has always been the protector of his family, will go to great lengths to ensure that Ian's malicious plans don't succeed. As Ian's revenge plot unfolds, The Young and the Restless is poised to deliver one of its most dramatic and emotional storylines in recent memory. With grief, anger, and revenge at the heart of this story, fans will be on the edge of their seats, waiting to see how the Newman family confronts this dangerous threat. Will Ian succeed in tearing the family apart, or will they find a way to overcome the darkness he brings with him? Only time will tell, but the stakes have never been higher. Ian Ward's revenge: a deadly plot against Cole Howard. If our theory about Ian Ward's involvement in Cole Howard's sudden illness is correct, the potential consequences could be dire for Cole and for everyone around him. Ian, a master manipulator with a long history of causing chaos in Genoa City, is certainly capable of executing such a sinister plot. His motives, driven by a deep resentment toward the Newman family, especially Claire, could be the catalyst for Cole's mysterious and potentially deadly health crisis. Ian's methods: biological warfare or poison? Ian has proven time and again that he is capable of manipulating situations and people to his advantage. Given his history, it's highly plausible that he could be using an insidious method to harm Cole, possibly poisoning him or exposing him to a biological weapon. This would explain the sudden onset of Cole's symptoms: persistent coughing, weakness, and a general feeling of illness. It's not hard to imagine Ian having access to dangerous substances or toxins that could mimic the symptoms of a cold, flu, or even a more severe disease. With his connections and knowledge of how to manipulate people and situations, Ian could easily have orchestrated a poisoning that goes unnoticed at first, allowing Cole to slowly deteriorate before anyone suspects foul play. The idea that Ian is behind Cole's health issues adds an ominous layer to the story, one that could leave fans on the edge of their seats, wondering just how far Ian will go to get his revenge on Claire and the Newman family. Could Cole survive Ian's attack? As we look at the storyline from a narrative perspective, it's hard to predict whether Cole will survive Ian's attack. On one hand, Cole is a strong character, someone who has faced challenges before, but on the other hand, Ian's methods are ruthless, and his plots are often deadly. If Cole is indeed being poisoned or affected by a biological agent, his chances of survival could be slim, especially if the illness goes undiagnosed or untreated for too long. From a storytelling standpoint, the stakes are high, and the possibility of Cole's death could have a massive emotional impact on the characters involved. If Cole does die, it would undoubtedly shake up the entire family dynamic, especially for Claire, who has only recently come to know him. The emotional toll on Victoria, as well, would be profound, given their deep connection. However, if Cole survives this attack, it could set the stage for a gripping recovery arc, one in which he must fight for his life while the mystery of Ian's involvement unfolds. Victoria's reaction: The Queen of Ice or the grieving partner? One of the most intriguing aspects of this potential storyline is how Victoria Newman will react. Over the past several months, viewers have seen Victoria break free from her Ice Queen persona. She has allowed herself to become more open and vulnerable, especially in her relationship with Cole. However, if Cole were to die, it's likely that Victoria would revert to the emotionally distant, guarded woman she once was. Losing Cole would be devastating for Victoria, especially because she has finally allowed herself to experience true love and vulnerability with him. Her transformation from the cold and calculating businesswoman to someone who could let her guard down is a significant character arc, and Cole's death would likely undo much of that progress. She could very well return to her former self, hardened by grief and loss, leading to a more emotionally intense storyline in the future. Victoria's grief could become a major plot driver, pushing her to re-evaluate her relationships and her role in the business world. Her emotional journey could make her character even more compelling, as she navigates life after the loss of someone she truly cared about. A potential romance with Billy Abbott, a new beginning? If Cole's death does indeed occur, it could lead to a surprising new direction for Victoria's character. With her emotional state in turmoil, Victoria could find herself seeking comfort and support from an unexpected source, Billy Abbott. The two have a history together, and their bond has never completely faded. As they both deal with the aftermath of Cole's death, there could be a natural reconnection between them. This would create an interesting dynamic for the young and the restless, as it would bring two fan-favorite characters back together. The chemistry between Victoria and Billy has always been palpable, and their reunion would not only be emotionally charged but also full of dramatic potential. Whether this romance would be lasting or just a temporary way for Victoria to heal from her grief remains to be seen, but it would certainly lead to some compelling storytelling. Will Ian be the cause of Cole's illness? While it's still unclear whether Ian is directly responsible for Cole's deteriorating health, the possibility remains. If Ian is the mastermind behind Cole's illness, it would add a new layer of tension and drama to the storyline. Ian's hatred for the Newman family is well documented, and his manipulative nature makes him a prime suspect in any scheme involving harm or revenge. The question remains whether Cole will survive this deadly plot and how Victoria, Claire, and the rest of the family will react to the revelation of Ian's involvement. If Ian is revealed to be the culprit, the fallout will be immense, with many characters, including Nick, Victoria, and the Newmans, seeking justice and retribution. Conclusion: the high stakes of Cole's fate, the possible death of Cole Howard, especially if Ian Ward is behind it, would be one of the most shocking and emotional twists in The Young and the Restless in recent memory. Whether Cole survives or not, the repercussions of this crisis will undoubtedly affect the Newman family for a long time. Victoria's emotional journey, her potential reunion with Billy Abbott, and the ultimate resolution of Ian's revenge plot will be key storylines to watch. As fans, we are left wondering how this intricate web of manipulation, love, and revenge will unfold. Will Ian succeed in his quest for revenge, or will the Newmans unite to stop him before it's too late? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the stakes have never been higher, and the emotional fallout from this storyline will be felt for months to come.